Alright, I haven't made too many videos lately. Going on a commute that's like 86 miles one way, and trying to watch other people's videos. Half of the time there's no cell service, and just haven't been doing too much. Um, Leave a lot of likes on the videos I watch, but I don't comment because I'm driving. Um, a lot of the stuff is that I would talk about is stuff that everybody else is talking about, like the AFAC, Not Fooling Around Coalition. Um, Saw their first video. They showed up in somewhere in Georgia, and they kind of kept it secret. And about 100 guys walked up, went on a march. I was not impressed. A lot of people were like, "This is terrifying. These are, he says they're all, military trained," and then kind of the pictures they're showing 22 rifles and old shotguns and a bunch of garbage. Nobody knew what the hell they were doing. It was jammed rifles, guys smiling with a big old grin like they're badass with a jammed rifle with a round sticking out of it. Half of them were like 22s. Not really impressive. Um, and some of the guys looked like they were impressive, but needless to say, as overall, I was not impressed. And then they did the Stone Mountain March, and somebody with his old shotgun, grandfather's shotgun, as he claimed, accidentally discharged, and he shot 3 other guys with it. That's a beautiful thing about a 12 gauge. You've got 2 3/4 inch buckshot. It's got 9 pellets in it that are about 28 caliber. So you fire once and you hit everybody. So he took out 3 of his own cronies. Not very an impressive move. And then they had, like, I don't know, a bunch of people drop of heat exhaustion. So the whole AFAC is not really on my radar of things to worry about, between heat exhaustion, not being in shape, and misfires and shooting themselves. Not an impressive group. That's been said by a lot of other people already. I don't need to go into that. Um, the Joe Biden commercials that are playing everywhere, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but it is one patched up, pieced together clip, probably because a guy can't string a sentence together that doesn't sound like he's retarded. Um, Pay attention to the next one. He starts with a phrase, and then it's clipped, and then he says something, and then it's clipped, and it said something, and it's clipped, and it said something, and he's clipped. And I mean, it's terrible if that's the best they can do. I mean, Bill Clinton was an idiot. I mean, he had no interest in doing anything right, but he could deliver a line. And Joe Biden, they can't even, they got to piece together the line for his commercial. And I don't know. That's kind of terrifying that he's actually depending on the poll you're looking at, he's a front runner, the guy that can't string a sentence together. But welcome to 2020. The COVID thing, working with an outfit right now, and they stick to Pennsylvania because I'm pretty sure the next shutdown will include borders being shut, and I will not be able to travel outside of the state. New Jersey's already got 14 states that are banned from, they got to quarantine if they travel. Otherwise, they get a $10,000 fine. So, that cough was not COVID, just saying. Um, what else did I have? What did I say? The up and down the New Jersey Turnpike, all the road cones that were for the test center. The test center has been taken down, but somehow they're coming up with, you know, a huge surge. But if you actually go through the data on the different websites for the New Jersey Disease Control and everybody else, you find out that, yeah, there's a surge, but nobody's dying. People are dying of normal causes, but nobody's dying of COVID. But they're getting ready to shut down the state because the testing is higher. You know, higher positive rate in the testing, but nobody's dying, so they're going to shut the state down anyway. Out here where I am, the high school is shut for for September, but the grammar school's still open. What else? There's an option for cyber school. I don't know if that's good or bad. The kids kind of just did what they had to do last spring and nothing more. I really don't know if they learned anything. Trying to encourage them to learn on their own was kind of exercise in futility. They didn't want to know. They want to shoot BB guns and bow and arrows and ride their bikes and whatever. There's a hurricane coming up the coast, so tomorrow night I'm going to head down to the shore and make sure the boat doesn't float away. Jersey Shore is open, the beaches are open, but you've got to stay 6 feet away from anybody else. That's kind of stupid because one thing they kept claiming was sunlight kills viruses. So shouldn't the beach be one of the safest places to be? I don't know. Go figure. It seems Democrat-controlled states, because of their hatred for Trump, are cracking down dramatically. Republican-held states have almost no coronavirus right now. And I'm on my phone, so I can't add links, I can't do any of that. But if you take the time to actually look, you're going to see that if it's a Republican-held state, the virus is at bay. If it's a Democrat-controlled state, you're probably all going to die. It's an interesting statistic that half of the cases came out of New York. I think they had like 45% of the cases, but they only had like 3% of the deaths because it's a totally Democrat-controlled state. You go to Western New York, and the Democrats control it. They're more conservative, but they claim to be Democrats, and I guess that's just the way it is. You toe the party line, and you go somewhere. If you don't, you're a redheaded stepchild, and nobody wants you. But it's interesting that on Breitbart, I watched a conference on my ride home one day. Bunch of doctors that were basically illegally treating with hydroquinone, whatever, basically quinine, and having 100% recovery rates. Nobody died, but the FDA banned it, and the pharmacies won't give it out, and the FDA is still controlled by, old left-wing appointees. So, Orange Man bad, whatever he says, make sure you don't do that. It's getting to a point where independent thinking is really becoming an important thing. If you do not want to do that, you might as well just snuff yourself. Because they're going to snuff you. You're gone for them. They're going to do it for you. The other thing that's kind of surprising is, like here in Pennsylvania, in my area, there was a lot of patriotic people. A lot of the small towns have flags on all the poles with Army veterans, Navy veterans, Air Force veterans, whatever. You know, who they were, when they served, where they were. And I mean, it's a very, very patriotic area. And how can I put this without sounding stupid? Yeah, never mind. But the Patriot movement and where I am, one of the local police chiefs went, you know, extreme right and started making videos of trying to raise a militia to storm Washington. His name was Chief Kessler. He was an idiot. I thought he was an idiot from the minute he started making videos. But you can still find him, Chief Kessler. And that brought down the ATF and the FBI and every other agency with a alphabet name. And everything kind of shut down. But Pennsylvania's state militia's reactivating. New York is reactivating. New Jersey's starting to organize. There's a lot of patriotic militias that are starting to pull their shit together, and that's a pretty interesting thing. You know, under Obama, through fear and you know, fear of retributions, fear of tax audits, for fear of all kinds of stupid. A good friend of mine, elderly guy, selling his gun collection. All of a sudden, he was indicted, picked up by the ATF, and charged federally with being illegal gun sales, gun store. And $250,000 later, they came to an agreement that he wasn't doing anything wrong according to Pennsylvania law, but he's now a convicted felon. He can never own a firearm, and he's $250,000 lighter than he was the day before. But everything, you know, under Obama, when everybody was expecting something to go wrong, everything got disbanded. And now under Trump, where everybody's kind of expecting things to go right, everybody's gearing up. So go figure. We're in interesting times. Anyway, I've been up for about 20 hours. My aunt died during the COVID thing of Alzheimer's. I was at her funeral today, and a lot of driving to go do that. So I just want to let everybody know what was on my mind. I'm not really saying anything that nobody else is saying. You have a great night.